So this was an interesting find. This is way back in the 80th years run of figures. That's crazy. I'm pretty sure this came out 2019, at least that's what it says on the box. This was a figure I missed the chance of getting, and it was always one I wanted to end up picking up eventually. Like I said, I missed it in store, so I was going to get it online, but for some reason, it was just at my GameStop, and I don't know why. You can see that the box is a little like dinged up there at the front, so it might have just been like, I don't know. I don't know what goes on at the back of like the GameStop stuff, but it may have fell behind a shelf in some of their inventory and it just made its way to the shelf. I'm not sure, but I'm very thankful I was able to find it, as this was a character I wanted to get, especially having that cool hover chair. I'm pretty close to completing the kind of Jim Lee look for at least the characters I'd like to get for the X-Men. Got the cushioning and stuff there for the chair. Got some effects that look a little gross. A little gross, but there's some very dope artwork on the side there. On the back, oh, that's cool. They got like the cerebral helmet there on the hover chair. Looks really cool, actually. I'm very hyped to have this. And there is a better look at the description of the character there. And around the same time as this figure being released, Deadpool was also being released on his little scooter there. Yeah, 2019 Hasbro. I don't know why this is just getting put on shelves now. Regardless, I am glad to have this figure. So let's open this guy up. Ooh, he looks just about done there, I think. Ooh, look hot. Right out the oven, man. And here is Professor X outside of the box. Before we take a closer look at the figure and I guess the chair there, I would like to show off the box art. It's kind of hard to pick up, but you can kind of see in the back there is a cool group shot of all of the X-Men, and I just think that looks super dope. And in terms of accessories, there is this head here. I don't quite recall the character, or even the name of the character. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was this kind of like ancient demon spirit that takes over different hosts' body. I could be wrong about that, but that's where my brain's jumping to. I'm pretty sure that character was in the X-Men Evolution cartoon. Is either Evolution or X-Men and the Wolverine show. I could be totally wrong though. Now here is the oh my lord. Here's the Professor X figure outside of the oven. Don't put your figures in ovens. I was just doing a bit. I haven't taken a good look at the figure yet. I really just opened him up, threw the thing together for that bit, and I'm looking at it for the first time now. And honestly, putting the chair together, very simple. You can just start by putting the two sides together. You can throw that sucker on, and then there is a cushion underneath the figure here that plugs into the bottom of the chair. I think that was like it. There's the bottom piece here, which is cool, and it can still come off. That's a really cool feature, because a lot of the time I don't really see him that high up, but this is a very dope accessory to have. But if I recall, usually in a show he's more ground level and kind of rolling around like that. This is very cool though. I am glad I was able to find this sucker, and I'm pretty sure with the sides here they come out. I could be wrong. I thought they did. So what you're gonna do with that is just slide them. You don't lift them up, and that's really cool. I think that'll be fun to animate in videos, having that kind of slide open and him kind of text on the side there. Text, yeah. Professor X texting is hilarious. Also, this is just how he texts.
Jane, Professor X is texting. Get the milk, some shit.
Sorry, I'm being ridiculous. At the back of the helmet here, this piece is able to come off, and the helmet itself is also able to jump on. Oh my, bruh. As easy as that. So taking Professor X out of the chair there, we can see some of the kind of cushion details on the bottom and on the back there, which looks very cool. And it's a good attention to detail to add that bottom part there. It is just a little bit more like attention to detail that, I don't know, I feel is welcomed, I guess. Because the figure is just going to be sitting there anyways. He's not really going to be coming out of the chair. But I don't know, I think it's cool that they actually added that. It kind of justifies the price, I guess. But taking a better look at the side here, got some very cool panel lining on the back, some cool wiring and stuff. On the bottom, not very much there, but the chair itself looks very cool. There is also this little blanket piece that kind of sits over top of Professor X's legs, which is also very cool, and I just threw it. A closer look at this lifting effect here. It's very cool. I think this came with MODOK. It's kind of buried back there, but nah, that's definitely different. Oh wait, I think that middle piece connects to this. I don't know. And here we got a closer look at the helmet here. Very cool. Maybe some silver dry brushing over top of it would kind of be cool. There is the goop. I don't really know how I feel about the way this looks. Oh, hell nah. And here is a closer look at Professor X here. It is, I think for the most part, just that kind of chameleon suit body again. The torso, for some reason, seems a little different. It might be like the tie, I'm not sure, but for the most part, I think it's just this kind of classic suit body. It's, yeah, been on a couple figures now, but I don't know. It's not terrible, I guess. But I think we can jump into some of the articulation as, yeah, I don't know. There's not much details to talk about, as it's the same one like I've been saying. Quickly, the head will look up. You can look down there. There is left and right. There is some tilt, ever so slightly, more this way it feels. The arms, boom, very mid. Yeah. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. There is swivel at the wrist. There is the hinge, as well as there. Crunch forward, crunch back. There is waist swivel, thighs, back, no, there's no back really. Upper thigh, knee. Got that Hasbro stiffness. And bruh, a very stiff Sherman's Prime meme. I don't know, he does look kind of dope sitting in that chair though. Let's get some other figures. There he is next to the movie version of Professor X, and you can swap the figures because they are sharing the same body. I don't want to do that though. You know what? There is the Patrick Stewart head sculpt and the Hugh Jackman Wolverine in their, I guess, Doctor Strange look and the Deadpool and Wolverine look, and I think that looks really cool. That's so wild that they actually went ahead and did both of these uniforms. There he is next to the older Cyclops figure, as well as some others. And here he is next to the X-Men 97 version of Magneto, and I think they look very cool next to each other. And then an Iron Man, why not? But I think that's going to do it for this look at this older Professor X figure. I am definitely thankful I was able to find this guy after so long for some reason on the shelf still, but that's a play. Yeah, Couple figures left to try and finish off my team. What else is there to say? It's a pretty cool figure. Is he worth the price?
No.
I don't know. Yeah, the chair's cool, but like, I don't know. It was expensive in my area. But I don't know. What else can you do? I was gonna get the figure regardless. I was probably gonna get it on the aftermarket, so paying the price I did was cool, I guess. I don't know. Cool figure. Thanks for watching.